Today, we embark on a captivating journey into the world of a visionary artist whose works have left an indelible mark on the canvas of imagination. We will explore the enigmatic and mesmerizing creations of Bruce Pennington. He is a true master of the brush and is celebrated for his ability to transport us to realms beyond our wildest dreams. His unique artistic style seamlessly merges science fiction, fantasy, and surrealism. Bruce Pennington was born May 10 of 1944 in Great Britain with an innate talent and insatiable hunger for exploring uncharted territories. Bruce Pennington's artistic journey has been one of constant evolution and discovery. In his beginning, his works were far from the fantasy and science fiction style that would later make him famous. His works were in keeping with the style that was prevalent in the 60s, with a loose and somewhat crude style, very popular in the advertising, book covers, and magazines of that time. He also freely used photographic references, as was common among most artists in those years. After working in some agencies by the mid-60s, he decided to work on his own, something that at first was not so lucrative for this British artist, since at the beginning he could barely keep afloat with the small local commissions. He stayed that way for several months until the beginning of 1967. By that time, his portfolio was in the hands of Panther Books, which were impressed with his illustration skills and commissioned his first book cover. This was Vladimir Nabokov's The Defense, with such a good result that he was commissioned 3 more covers and an illustration for Mayfair magazine.
By the start of 1968, I was starting to exude a modest kind of confidence as other publishers were beginning to give me work. This was mainly in the form of a romantic novel, a history of the Second World War, and 2 spy thrillers. I even got a horror story to illustrate from Mayfair magazine.
In the fall of that same year would come the first science fiction related work, with his first commission for Robert Heinlein's A Stranger in a Strange Land for the New English Library, which, like Panther, was influenced by the works in his portfolio. This would be the starting point of a career that would turn him into a reference artist in this genre during the 70s and 80s. Bruce Pennington produced over 200 book covers for many of the most famous authors in the fields of fantasy and science fiction, such as Arthur C. Clarke, Isaac Asimov, Edgar Rice Burroughs, Frank Herbert, among many others. Through his illustrations, Pennington has not only brought these great scenes to life, but has also left an indelible mark in the collective imagination of readers worldwide.
Throughout that period, I was getting deeply immersed in Catholic mysticism and the prophecies of the French physician Nostradamus in particular. My bedroom studio at that time had begun to look like a tiny chapel, complete with candles and religious figurines.
His iconic book covers possess a remarkable ability to transport viewers to realms beyond the realm of the everyday. Each composition is meticulously crafted, merging elements of science fiction and fantasy with a touch of surrealism. Pennington's mastery lies not only in his technical skill, but also in his profound understanding of the essence and themes of the stories he illustrates. One of Pennington's signature traits in his meticulous attention to detail, his brush work is precise, bringing to life the intricate architecture, intricate machinery, and fantastical creatures that populate his compositions. Each stroke of the brush serves a purpose, contributing to the overall narrative and immersing the viewer in the story's universe. Color plays a crucial role in Pennington's work, as he expertly employs a rich palette to evoke different moods and atmospheres, whether it's the vibrant hues of an alien sunset or the cool blues and grays of a futuristic cityscape. His color choices enhance the emotional impact of his illustrations.
With the success of the cover, especially with the author others followed, I also picked up an award along the way from the British Fantasy Society. Throughout the rest of the 80s, a steady flow of work kept me going.
Throughout the 90s, Pennington's book covers began to decline mostly due to the advent of digital art. However, some interesting projects appeared, such as Tad Williams' books Child of an Ancient City and Caliban's Hour. Bruce Pennington's artistry extends beyond the realms of literature and encompasses the world of music album covers. His evocative and visually striking illustrations have graced the covers of numerous albums. Some of the bands fortunate to boast Pennington's artwork on their covers include Satar, a science fiction-themed black death metal band based in Austin, Texas, but with members from France and Ecuador. Yo No Sé, a Bristol-based hard rock grunge heavy psych band. Apollo 80, a heavy psych space band based in Perth, Australia. Octopus, a heavy metal band based in Detroit, Michigan. Blood Incantation, a death metal band from Denver, Colorado, who used Pennington images for their EP Interdimensional Extinction and used more from their second LP that came out in 2019. UFO symbology is very present in many of Bruce Pennington's works, and this is not only because he is a science fiction illustrator, but also because this artist has a huge interest in the UFO phenomenon. For him, it is the modern enigma that is above any other similar phenomenon.
My own interest in the subject began in the very same year that I started my career as a science fiction illustrator. Following year, I discovered the magazine Flying Saucer Review, which gave a thorough survey of the most interesting cases from the previous year's flap. This, along with a serialized report in several issues of Penthouse, got me hooked on the subject, which became an abiding interest for me from then on.
Bruce Pennington is currently retired and does not accept commissions, but continues to paint and draw, and he is open to his new work being used in various ways, as in the case of music album covers, books, magazine, calendars, or similar products. What sets Bruce Pennington apart is his unapologetic exploration of the imagination, where futuristic metropolises and celestial wonders coexist. His paintings are portals to uncharted dimensions, inviting us to explore the boundaries of our imagination and challenge our perception of reality. With each stroke of his brush, he unveils worlds beyond the limits of the mundane, infusing them with amazing beauty and evocative storytelling. His art and the art of authors like him allow us to venture into the unknown, to create something that captures the essence of what lies beyond our everyday lives. It's about expanding our horizons and tapping into the limitless possibilities that exist within us.